It's Sam. I wanted to do an update video for you on some stocks because honestly, there's some stuff we have to talk about. I have been talking about altcoins and cryptocurrency the last couple days, but there's a lot going on in the stock market of which I want to cover today. So if you guys don't mind, just letting me know that you guys like this. I really appreciate that. Please hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. We're going to go over the Fed. We're going to go over infrastructure. We're going to go over stocks that are at good values now, some earnings. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. So hitting that like button definitely helps. You can skip forward if there's anything you guys don't like, but let's get into it here. So first of all, I do want to hit on a crypto just for a second. I realize this isn't a crypto video, but Ethereum's at all-time highs. It's over $2,700. There's also Bitcoin, which is consolidated right around that 55,000 mark. I know a lot of people were freaked out about Elon Musk selling Bitcoin. I actually talked about that, and he showed that he just wanted to prove that there's liquidity there. Make sure that they could actually sell $100 million worth of Bitcoin and see the times and the transaction costs and stuff like that. Elon actually kind of confirmed that he holds Bitcoin, which he hadn't really said before that in some of his tweets. So kind of interesting there. If you guys want, there is a link down there to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your crypto. So if you guys want that, I think it's a great platform to use. I have almost all my crypto there. But if you guys want, there is a link down there to Webull too, so that you can see all this. You can get level 2 data and trade before the market opens and after it closes. So enough of that. Let's take a look. The Fed is going to give a statement today. They've had a 2-day meeting. They're going to give their statement today. Hopefully not much news there. We're expecting them continuously to buy up more and more bonds and to keep interest rates low. Now, the next thing that is another catalyst today is the infrastructure bill or the infrastructure plan. That is expected to come out. Some news on it this morning. So by the time you see this, maybe it's already out. But I have not seen it yet, but hopefully we get some clarification on what will be included. Some people are talking about a potential 4th stimulus check in there. So there's that to look forward to. Now looking at the stock market, right? We are turning a little bit more green than we were. When we opened, we kind of saw a massive dip. NASDAQ and the S&P 500 are up a little bit. Dow is still kind of trending downward. Now, I will say, I want to go over some different stocks. First of all, we have MUDs, which is doing really well. So I've talked about this as a swing play a couple times in a couple different videos, and those videos didn't get many views. So hopefully you guys saw that because we bought at 11, sold part of it yesterday at 15, and now it's up to 17. So I sold half. I said that originally, hey, if it goes up to 15, I'm going to take some profit. We're up 38% in 3 weeks. I cannot complain with that. But now we're up again today. So I'm glad that I kept part of my position there. Besides that, we have some other winners and losers. Let's go to the all stocks. So I know that Microvision is running today. And it seems like every day there's just an overcorrection. Like one day it's down 20%, and then since it's down 20%, everyone gets back in it, and then it goes up 13%. It's just fluctuating massively. We have Alphabet, which did really well yesterday in their report, right, on their earnings. So they did really well, had good ad revenue, which is going to be really important because Facebook has their earnings today. So hopefully that is good news for Facebook that companies are willing to pay a little bit more. We also have some other companies that are up a decent amount. We have Churchill Capital, maybe still running off that Apple news, or maybe just more people getting back into some growth stocks. We have Ethereum, which again, not stock, but it's up significantly. STPK is running a little bit. We have Facebook, which is probably up just on the expectations after Google yesterday. Neo, Etsy, Palantir. Palantir is not one that I'm talking about today that's at a good value because I just don't have it pulled up. I've talked about it before. This is not going to be an all-inclusive list, but I think Palantir is still a deal under 25 if you're looking 5 years out. I think it's going to do really well. The thing is, a lot of people can't understand it still, and it's a long-term play because a lot of people think it's overvalued right now, but I'm not sure we're ever going to see it go under 20 again. Now, I could be wrong. We could always see a pullback. We also have Voyager, which I want to talk about today. Some big things coming. TPGY, which is still in that 17 range. I really think it should be above 20. SFTW, Space Company. A lot of people ask me if I'm still invested in this one. I am. I might trim, though, once the SPAC comes closer because it is a large position in my portfolio. It probably should be a little bit smaller. Now, it is under $10 under net asset value. I'm not planning on selling it now. We also have Coinbase down a little bit. We have Let's see, BNGO, which is coming off of a bad day yesterday too. We have Microsoft, which actually beat on revenue and earnings. I'm not sure exactly why it's down today, but there are a lot of companies that just didn't give forward guidance that was as strong as people wanted, and now they're down because of it. We also have DermTech, which is down about 7%, FRSX down about 6%. So honestly, a decently calm day because we're not seeing anything up 30% or down 30%, which is actually kind of nice. So what is there in the market right now? Well, excuse me. We have Tattooed Chef, which is a company that I've been buying a good amount of. I still think it's at a good value. I know some people give myself and other YouTubers a hard time because there's one YouTuber that talks about it a lot, but it's trading at a nice price to sales ratio compared to its competitors. It's still looking at about a 6 price to sales ratio, forward price to sales, which is decent compared to some other companies in the space. Now, they still have a lot of different ways to grow. They're still a $1.5 billion company. So honestly, not that big. They still have to ramp up production. They still need to grow and put it into more stores. They're just in the freezer aisle now. There are a lot of revenue streams for them moving forward, and they do have their earnings coming up. So some volatility could come up depending on what their future guidance is and what their actual earnings were. GNPK is another one that I want to talk about. Now, SPACs in general have been hit hard. They're starting to come back a little bit, but this is a space stock. It's one that's actually EBITDA positive, and it's being valued under $1 billion for the whole company. Now, you can't look at this, but it's being valued under $1 billion for the entire company. And a lot of people just aren't looking at space right now because after ARK's ETF, a lot of people feel like they kind of got let down by it. But GNPK, I think, is actually a deal in this sector. Now, it might not move much. The sector in general isn't moving much. But I think it's going to be a good company to hold over the next 10 years or so in the space sector. And it's around net asset value now. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Now, a company that I think has the greatest potential, possibly, in the coming month or two is Voyager Digital. Now, this is a company that's similar to like what Coinbase does, but it's growing very quickly. Obviously, Coinbase is too, but they grew in March about 50% from February. So they're growing very fast month over month. They had about, I'm guessing about 30 million in revenue based on February's revenue of 20 million. They didn't actually say the revenue for last month, but I'm guessing it's around 30 million. And I think this next month will be really good too because we've just seen a lot of people join the crypto craze or just join in crypto in general. And they hold a lot of different coins, a lot of different altcoins, including Dogecoin, which has been a massive month for Dogecoin. And they pay an interest rate on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So I think they're going to continuously grow. And I think right now around $20. We've seen it all the way up to $30-ish before Coinbase. I think it's still a good deal now. And we also have CLSK, Bitcoin miner. I think it's going to explode this year, have massive revenues. They're basically, in my mind, I think they're going to hit basically what they did last year in revenue just in the first quarter. Now, of course, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing moving forward. Of course, they have gone up a lot over the last year because they were a very inexpensive stock. Now, we have Facebook earnings today. I think it's going to be good based on Google's earnings yesterday. Really interested. If they fall, I will look at why they're falling, but I'm interested in picking up more of Facebook, honestly. I've been in it since $150. Of course, I wish I could go back and buy more, but I just love this company. I think it's here to stay. And then we have Teladoc too, which is a company that a lot of people think is going to go away because the pandemic's gone. People think they're going to go back to medicine in person, go back to see doctors in person. I don't think so. I think that a lot of people will continue to use Teladoc, and this is going to be here for the long run. And they're still down a decent amount from their highs because they were up in the upper 200s. So these are the companies I'm looking at today. One other really cool piece of news is actually something crypto related, but Ethiopia overhauls its education system with a new 10HK blockchain partnership. So basically, I believe they're using Cardano, and they're going to use blockchain to monitor and to have IDs on students. So that way it reduces the amount of fraud for jobs, job applications, and higher education to applications. So that's going to be really cool. It's going to have 5 million students, 3,500 schools, and 750,000 teachers that are going to be in on this. So really cool based on Cardano. Cardano kind of went up a good amount too, along with a lot of the other cryptos recently. So definitely something to pay attention to. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to see exactly what I buy and sell and get in on companies like Muds, which again, we bought at $11. Now it's up at $17. Sold part of it yesterday for 38% gain, held on to the other half. You guys can check out the link down below to Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not stock related advice. It's just for education and entertainment purposes. Thank you for checking out the link down below to BlockFi and Webull, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.